Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Rich, and I am here today to talk about a movie that scared me as a kid. An idea is like a virus, resilient, highly contagious, and even the smallest seed of an idea can grow. It can grow to define you or to destroy you. This is a quote from a very popular movie today that was directed in 2010 by Christopher Nolan. This movie stars characters such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and even has stars in its sub-characters such as Michael Caine and Marion Cotillard. This movie was an Oscar winner for Best Achievement in Cinematography and Sound Mixing and Editing, and was also a nominee for Motion Picture of the Year and Best Original Score. This movie scared me as a kid because of the ideas of entering a person's subconscious and changing their ideas. This movie, you may have already guessed it, that I am talking about today is indeed Inception. Inception is about a man who is a thief, but he is not a traditional thief that you would normally think of. He doesn't, rob houses or steal money from banks, but instead he steals ideas from people's subconscious or their dreams by using a dream-sharing technology his father-in-law, Michael Caine, has created. This man, Dominique Cobb, who is played by Leonardo DiCaprio, has become a known thief and extractor of ideas and has become a part of the world of corporate espionage. So in other words, he helps people who are struggling with their certain jobs or whatever find out certain ideas about their corporate businesses and could actually lead them to commit crimes such as corporate espionage. During his career, Cobb's wife has died and he has left his children as he knows he is a wanted man and doesn't want to bring them along with him. One day, a man who Cobb had previously entered his subconscious and found out about some of his ideas approaches him and wants him to commit a crime for him, as he has learned about how Cobb uses his technology to do what he does. He offers Cobb a deal that would allow him to see his children again and would once more lead him out of his now career that endangers him every step he takes. The deal is Cobb has to take his career one step further and cause inception, which is the idea of not stealing an idea, but actually planting an idea in someone's subconscious in order to influence their decision about a certain concept. The man who this man wants Cobb to plant the idea inside of is about to inherit his father's energy business that is a growing empire and could eventually take over the world if they had enough control after this man takes over his company. So the man who has approached Cobb wants him to stop this man from eventually creating a global empire. Along the way, the group realizes that Cobb's own subconscious could be affecting the group's plan more than they had previously believed. So they realize the way that the inception has to work is they have to actually enter the fourth dream layer. So that, if you don't understand what that means, that's like a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. So it's actually 4 different dreams going on within each other. That's the only way that you could actually, according to Cobb and his associates, you could actually only implant an idea into someone's head. So along the way, the group has, encountered certain things they didn't believe because of Cobb's own subconscious and things that he didn't plan to tell the group. So I think the reason this movie is, one, so popular is, one, because it is just an incredible story and idea, and 2, because of its cinematography effects. There are certain times during the dream layers where it flashes back to the previous layer, and within these dream layers, time moves faster on the lower layers. So, a whole day might just be, in the bottom layer, might just be a second in the top layer. So there's actually time running out in the top layer because there's only a certain amount of time you can be within someone's subconscious. So they have to complete a certain task within a certain amount of time before something happens in the first dream layer. So example in the movie, something that could cause the group to wake up, they're falling towards like a river in a truck. So they're going to hit the river and wake up. That would have caused them for their whole plan to fail. So they have to complete this bottom layer before they actually hit the water. And so there's some cool shots with slow motion and with the truck approaching the water and everything like that. And also the reason I think this movie scared me as a kid is because at this point in my life, when I had first watched it when I was like 8 years old or something like that, I didn't really understand it, so I couldn't really enjoy it, but all I knew is that there were these people changing people's ideas by entering their dreams. And I, at this point in my life, had been having these really intricate, weird dreams where I'd had multiple dreams, and I thought that, somebody would come into my dreams and change my ideas. And so I started kind of acting weird, thinking that, you know, this random idea would pop into my head, and I'd be like, whoa, did somebody just plant that into my head? But, it's crazy stuff like that, thinking about my subconscious. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this movie today. It's one of my favorite movies. Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite directors, like I said, just because of his cinematography effects, and he always uses the composer Hans Zimmer in most of his popular movies, who I think is one of the best composers in the world. So that has more of an effect on why his movies are so good. And yeah, so that's my synopsis and the reason why I think Inception scared me as a kid.